let's talk about gear. When I first started backpacking, I looked like this. Ugh, look at that guy. Ooh, it looks like I'm carrying around a used diaper. That is not a good look. And today, at the end of a year, I look like this. Now there we go, that's more like it. That is a handsome mountain goat right there. And between those two guys was this guy. Yeah, there you go. I'm starting to get it there. You know, looks a little bit better. At least all my stuff is in the diaper. And the big leap between this guy to this guy was his sleeping setup. When I got into backpacking, I didn't have all the gear. I wasn't a backpacker. Backpacking is an expensive sport. It's an expensive hobby, but I knew that if I wanted to get to doing 26 miles, I was gonna have to spend some money. I was gonna have to make a gear upgrade. And so what I focused on was my sleeping situation. Sleeping bag, pillow, air mattress. And I was able to get it down for only about $300. And this is how I did it. Sleeping bag, pillow, air mattress. Sleeping bag, sleeping pad, pillow. First things first, I needed to upgrade my sleeping bag. This is the IDAHO 17. REI is constantly running sales, deals, things like that. And this bag always seems to be the one that they're running on special. This is the long version. This is 6 feet, 6 inches, and I find it very comfy. I recently tested this at Independence Lakes. It actually snowed, end of August, snowing in Idaho. Who would have thought? And this thing did the trick. 28 degrees, I could tell, was just right on the comfort level. Sleeping on my back, I did notice some colder air. The reason that is just because of the way down works. Down can't keep you warm if it's compressed. So if you're sleeping on your back and that whole back side of the sleeping bag is compressed, it's not gonna keep you warm. That's why it's really important if you're going out in cold weather to have insulation and a really good sleeping pad. And this is why quilts are all the rage right now. You get rid of that back part that's doing nothing for you and you save some weight. I myself still like the sleeping bag. To get lightweight, comfortable, warm sleeping bags, it's gonna usually cost you some money. That stuff just isn't cheap. REI just has sales going all the time. They have sales for Labor Day. They have sales for Memorial Weekend. They have sales for 4th of July. They have sales for your grandmother's birthday. They have sales for Black Friday. They have sales for the New Year. So if you can hop on the sale, I mean, that's the way to go. Now, you're probably sitting there and you're like, John, I need a sleeping bag tomorrow. There is no sale. Before I bought this one, I had another bag on my radar, which I bought for my girlfriend. This is the Kelty Cosmic 20. This is obviously the female version, the women's version of it. They make this in a men's version. Phenomenal bags. My girlfriend's been really happy. We've done Trinity Lakes in the cold, so this has kept her warm. It's got that great price point. They sell this at REI as well. Super soft. And it's a cool color, I'm not gonna lie. I would rock this color. You know, the comfort level of this one is listed at 26 degrees. I'm not sure if that's the total comfort, but you know, around 32 is probably where you're looking. Really, these comfort levels and bags and things like that, people really underestimate the sleeping pad. It's not just the sleeping bag, but this thing is gonna keep you warm 3 seasons, and at $180, you know, whew, there's not much to complain about. So let's say for our sleeping bag, we were able to make it out spending only $179. The other thing you're gonna need to get with your down sleeping bag is a better compression sack than the one that comes with it. This is a Sea to Summit compression sack. This is a 10-liter sack. I find that that is a great size, even for my long version of the IDAHO 17. It's pretty expensive. At $35, I got the extra sill, but it's worth it because it really is gonna save you some space in the long run. and it's super durable. Even putting all that pressure and pulling on it like that, no rips, no tears. Next step was to find a sleeping pad. This is the sleeping pad that I started with. This is the Static V. I feel like this is quickly becoming the go-to sleeping pad in the backpacking community. It just works great for a great price. It weighs 18 ounces, so a little bit over a pound. You can see how small it packs up. You don't have to spend 200 bucks. You can just get away with $65, and this thing has really helped me. Now, the one thing is, this comes with an R value of 1.3. And if you're like me, you're like, what the hell is an R value? That has something to do with insulation. Let me explain it to you the way that you need to understand it and the way I need to understand it. Typically, backpacking sleeping bags come with an R value rating of between 1 and 7. The higher that number is, the more insulation, the better it's going to keep you warm. This has an R value of 1.3, which is not terrible. It's definitely not a winter sleeping pad. Normally, for most of the time, you're gonna be using this and you're gonna want this. I am heading to McCall in October. McCall, Idaho in October is cold. So I went and I got this bad boy. This is the insulated Static V or Static 5 Light. This is the insulated version of this. It's got an R value rating of 4.4, so almost close to this big behemoth. And at 20 ounces, it's only 2 ounces more than its counterpart here. There is a little bit of a difference in terms of like the bulk. Obviously, this one is gonna take up more room in your bag than this one. This is gonna be the way that most of you wanna go. This is gonna be overkill for most of you. And then if you have the budget, you can get both. Definitely don't get that one. Lastly, a pillow. We all want a pillow. You're gonna want a pillow, okay? It's nice, it's comfy. When I first bought a camping pillow, I just went to Amazon and I typed in camping pillow, boom, and it was this thing. And this is not what you want. It takes up way too much space in your bag and honestly, doesn't work very well. Get rid of that. This little guy. This is the Pillow X from Climate, the same company that made that really awesome sleeping pad that we just saw. Less than 2 ounces. You can see it fits in the palm of my hand, and there's not much to say about it. You should have one of these, okay? It's comfy, it works, it's durable, it's light. If you're just a bougie person like my special lady friend, I just got her the Pillow Extra Large. So you can see how much larger it is. This is a whopping 3.2 ounces and was a whopping $5 more. So 1.95 ounces, this little guy runs you 20 bucks. This guy, 3.2 ounces, runs you 25 bucks. You can't go wrong. Get yourself an inflatable pillow and stay comfy. So obviously there's a lot of different routes that I've given you to take with your gear on a budget. But I think typically this is what you're looking at, and this is a great setup for the beginning backpacker. And all of this comes to a whopping total of, I don't know, I can't see it. Did I put a number there? Quick math, divide the 2, carry the 4, $298. I think that's a win. That's a good place to start. Since this channel is all about Idaho and I'm gonna start doing gear review videos in the future, I wanna make sure we support local Idaho outdoor businesses. For this first video, I wanna give a shout out to Banana Inc. You've probably seen them before in my videos. They sponsor me a lot. They've just been a huge help for me getting this channel off the ground and supporting us. They have not paid for this in any way. This is all Banana Inc. stuff that I'm wearing right now. Lana, the owner behind it, is fantastic. She just kicks butt you know, she and her team really care about Idaho. So if you want to get some sweet, sweet Idaho merch and you want to know that your money is going to a great Idaho local business, the Banana Ink Shop website is in the description below, along with all the other links to the other products. They are affiliate links. They help support me, they help support the channel, and I couldn't thank you enough for doing that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.